Good evening. It is Thursday, February the 25th at 6 p.m. And you are tuning in live for the Arkansans for Gifted and Talented Education, known as AGATE award show. It's our annual award show, usually done during a luncheon during the AGATE conference, but we decided to move it to the evening because we definitely want to have more participants this year since we are doing this live on Zoom webinar and Facebook. So no matter where you are, if you're in Arkansas, throughout Arkansas, or in the country somewhere, you're welcome to tune in and sit back, relax, without having to worry about a cat walking in front of your screen or a ceiling fan in the background, kids laughing and talking in the background. You don't have to mute, you don't have to unmute. You can just sit back and enjoy this presentation because we have a lot in store tonight. I promise you're in for a treat. We've been doing our AGATE conference for the first time ever via Zoom, and I am proud to say it has gone smoothly and incredibly well, largely thanks to our keynote speakers, our conference committee, and definitely our conference chairs, Jennifer Park and Monica Springfield. For those that are wondering, I will be your MC tonight. I'm Dustin Seaton, president of AGATE. We have Tim Smithy, who is our awards chair, is joining us as well. Tim, you want to say hi? He's got his bow tie on.
Greetings. Greetings. Hopefully you'll enjoy the award show. We have some great awards and participants to share today.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. And so typically when we do this, we have a luncheon. We're all sitting down and gathering. So maybe you're sitting around with your family, having a nice dinner or watching TV with this on the background. You could be watching on your phone. We have 92 participants on Zoom, and it looks like another 20 on Facebook right now. So we have expanded our reach, and by all means, we do this annually because we want to recognize the outstanding contributions that many of our members, our educators, our parents, and our students have done to promote gifted and talented education throughout Arkansas. And we could not do that without your contributions to AGATE and your nominations for our award winners tonight. And granted, we know that this is an ongoing process, but as a previous awards chair, I could say it is a fun process to be involved in the award show because we get to read the nominations, we get to announce and highlight the award winners, and you're in for a treat tonight. This is one to remember for sure. So like I said previously, we are just finished our keynotes and our presentations today. I found this interesting because Arkansas was put on the map this week with our virtual conference, thanks to Jennifer Park and Monica Springfield as our conference committee co-chairs. We had several keynote speakers from around the country tune in and give us a day-long speech yesterday in various sessions. And then we had our own educators and vendors, exhibitors, and higher ed specialists and academics do some presentations today to our educators. And we've heard remarkable success, positive feedback, and we appreciate all those that tuned in to join us for our first ever AGATE virtual conference. So with that said, I'd also like to turn it over to one of my colleagues who's now at the Department of Arkansas, Department of Education, Division of Elementary and Secondary Education, Crystal Nail. She sent a welcome video, so we're going to let her do her part. Here is Crystal Nail.
Hi, I'm Crystal Nail, Program Director for the Office of Gifted and Talented and Advanced Placement at the Arkansas Department of Education, Division of Elementary and Secondary Education. On behalf of the Division of Elementary and Secondary Education, I want to express our gratitude to you for all that you do for our students. Our vision is to transform Arkansas to lead the nation in student-focused education. We know that the services that you provide through gifted programs are most definitely student-focused. The last year has presented all of us with many challenges. We appreciate all of our educators for the work that you've done to keep the focus on meeting the needs of our students. Thank you for choosing to be here at AGATE to learn about ways that you might transform your gifted programs for the better. A special thanks to all of the gifted coordinators and facilitators who are presenting during the conference. As someone who served in various roles on the AGATE Conference Committee, including Conference Chair and Proposals Chair, I know that the high quality of AGATE can be maintained because we have so many people who are working hard to implement effective programming for our students and willing to share about the work that they're engaged in. Special thank you again to all of you who are sharing this week. We hope that all the AGATE conference participants enjoy your time at AGATE as you attend live sessions and also have the opportunity to access recorded sessions after the conference concludes. While we certainly miss being physically together for the conference this year, one of the great benefits in the way that AGATE has set things up is that the learning is able to continue and we don't have to pick and choose and miss out on any of the content that we want to hear, since you're able to access the content through the recordings. I hope that you're able to glean ideas from the various presentations and sessions that you attend and return to your districts renewed and ready to finish out the school year. If my team in the Office of Gifted and Talented and Advanced Placement can support you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you again for the work that you do for our students.
Thank you, Ms. Neal. Crystal is an excellent advocate for gifted ed and our partner at the Department of Education. We thank her for her contributions, but also because ADE, the Office of Gifted and Talented Education, is our platinum sponsor for the AGATE conference. So we really appreciate that as well. And we also, one of my favorite parts of the AGATE conference is when we get to hear the announcement of the Arkansas Advisory Council for Gifted and Talented Education announcements for Act 56, the Outstanding Gifted and Talented Program. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chair Haley Jones to make those announcements.
Good evening. It's my honor to award the Act 56 awards tonight. We received so many outstanding applications this year. Thank you all for your hard work. We are thankful for your dedication to our gifted students in Arkansas. We're going to start with our small school division of less than 1,000 students. Community involvement is strong in this district. This district showcased various career options, service projects, and even acts of kindness during a pandemic while students were learning at home. The students were engaged in a broad range of 21st century ideas and activities, such as coding choreographed dancing robots that they shared with their school board in a meeting. Personnel and leadership in the district have gifted backgrounds and are involved in providing diverse staff development from computer science workshops to youth mental health first aid. Student growth is a key factor in this GT program using pre and post assessments and student self-assessment. This district provides many opportunities outside of the school day, such as a scholarship program to go to Washington, D.C. This program is designed based on kindergarten through 8th grade student interest and provides academic and creative opportunities. The winning district in this group is the Paris School District. Congratulations. In our group 2, this is our middle group with from 1,001 to 3,000 students. In the mid-size group, the winning program also showcased community involvement. Community leaders often share with the students in this GT program. Gifted professional development is provided to all staff in the school, not only the GT staff. This district is committed to identifying diverse students from underrepresented populations. The staff goes above and beyond to provide more minutes than are required for their GT students. This district promotes individual choice and includes the whole child with creativity, academics, technology, critical thinking, self-awareness, and in affective areas. The students also have an opportunity to engage in vocational and career training, which offers an even greater choice. In this group, congratulations to the Berryville School District. In this group, we also had an honorable mention. Congratulations to the Lamar School District. In our large division with greater than 3,000 students, this district's commitment to their gifted and talented population was exemplary in all areas. from their comprehensive staff development for all faculty in the district to ensure the procedures for identification, gifted and talented referrals, and providing appropriate program options for the gifted, this district far exceeds the expectations and GT program approval standards in Arkansas. Especially impressive was their thorough identification process of collecting up to 11 to 13 pieces of data to ensure all potentially gifted students can be identified for GT, no matter their race, language, gender, nationality, or socioeconomic status. This school district's programming options and curriculum have been nationally recognized. All of these examples are supported by their mantra, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. The Act 56 award in the large school goes to the Fayetteville School District. Congratulations. Honorable mention in the large school category goes to the Rogers School District. Congratulations to all the winners, and we look forward to reading your applications next year. Thank you for everything you do.
Congratulations to our Act 56 outstanding gifted and talented programs. It is a lot of work to apply for those, but it's also just evident of all the hard work that those GT programs that have been recognized tonight have done. If you have not applied before, we encourage you to do so. The Arkansas Advisory Council for Gifted Talent Education does a great job of reading through those nominations when they're due, sometimes in December, some mid-December, and then they read them sometime in January. But I encourage you, all districts out there, to consider to apply. But congratulations to our Act 56 outstanding GT programs this year. So with that said, it is now, we have our first bingo drawing. We had over 100 of our attendees for our first virtual conference submit a bingo card. So Monica, do you want to? There you are. There's Monica. Here we go. We figured the best way to do this would be fun live. We're going to spin the wheel. We put numbers instead of everybody's names just because that way we can see it better. Are you ready, Monica?
I think so. Once you get that number, it may take me a second to find that person. So be patient with me, but I'm excited.
And it was based, I think you said it was, the number is based on when you was turned in. Is that right?
Yeah, I just went through my email, and as I got them, I just printed them off and put a number on them.
All right, here we go. Our first bingo prize winner, $100 Amazon gift card. Looks like it's number 30. Who's the lucky winner?
Okay, our lucky winner number 30 is Leslie Wilcox from Van Buren School District.
All right.
Way to go, Leslie.
We will reach out. We obviously have your email since you submitted your bingo drawing. So thank you, Leslie Wilcox of Van Buren School District.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you.
Now we're moving into the next portion of our award show, the AGATE award history and the AGATE presentation of our awards. The first AGATE awards were given out in November of 1986. The AGATE Board of Directors approved and expanded their system, and we've added to it throughout the history of our organization. The purpose of us recognizing our award winners was because we know that there's an exemplary and exceptional contributions being made throughout the state and nation by our educators here in Arkansas. So with that said, we have a history of awards from the Award of Excellence and the Special Presidential Award, the Martha Ann Jones Norton Service Award. We have several educator recognition awards, parent community recognition awards, our Challenger, our Youth Challenger, and of course, we recognize outstanding curriculum written by our own educators. So with that being said, real quick, before we do that, if you are interested, check out our website at giftedarkansas.org under awards and grants, and you can see where the applications are if you are interested in nominating an exceptional teacher or GT educator in your district. You can also look at the past recipients on our website for a history going all the way back to the very first awards. And we've had former Governor and President Bill Clinton. We've had Governor Mike Beebe, Governor Asa Hutchinson, a host of legislators, but countless GT educators through Arkansas. So it's something to definitely be proud of. And we are very proud of that from our own organizational and institutional history. So with that being said, I'm very proud to turn over tonight's program to our AGATE Awards Chair, Tim Smithy, Director of the GT program in Springdale School District.
Greetings. My name is Tim Smithy, and I am the Director of Gifted and Talented for the Springdale School District. This year, I have also had the privilege of serving as the awards chair for AGATE. The awards committee, representing the entire state, has diligently read through submissions from small school districts and large school districts alike. This was also a very competitive year for submissions. With that being said, our first award we will give tonight is the AGATE Curriculum Awards. The purpose of this award is to highlight the importance of differentiated curriculum and to recognize outstanding curriculum units created by teachers who are employed in an Arkansas school. 2 curriculum awards will be given this year. Now to our first award. Do you feel a little itchy? Is your stomach feeling queasy? If so, you might need to see a doctor or the extraordinary gifted and talented teacher from Ramey Junior High in Fayetteville. This 2021 AGATE Curriculum Award-winning unit of study focused on the science of epidemiology. In this unit, students take on the role of an epidemiologist as they attempt to better understand the nature and impact of infectious diseases. The study of epidemics is certainly a topic that resonates in current events. But even before the outbreak of COVID-19, this unit was structured to highlight the overwhelming power that microorganisms have over the world in which we live. I am sure Dr. Fauci would approve of this innovative unit of study. Therefore, the AGATE 2021 Curriculum Award goes to Ramey Junior High in Fayetteville's Larry Sherling. The next curriculum award focuses on the community. This unit, created for 7th and 8th grade students, titled Understanding the Term Community, Past, Present, and Future, illuminated critical issues through taking an in-depth look into the essential question: in what ways does the term community conceal as much as it reveals about society? The ultimate goal of this unit is to provide students with the tools necessary to positively impact their home lives, classroom communities, and the district as a whole, as well as the community at large. This creative, gifted, and talented facilitator's desire for the lesson was to empower students to make a difference where they can and understand that their voice matters to all those around them. Due to the direct efforts of the students' understanding and implementation of ideas, 2 new programs were added to the Gifted Education program: Wordworms to help students improve reading skills, and Uplifters to address the effective needs of students in the district's special education program. This wonderful unit of study helps students understand empathy and compassion for their community members and society as a whole. Therefore, the 2021 AGATE Curriculum Award goes to Lavaca School District's GT facilitator, Krista Hinton. The next awards given tonight are the Educator Recognition Awards. The purpose of this award is to recognize those individuals in the field of education who have made a significant contribution to the education of gifted and talented students. The first recipient of the 2021 Educator Recognition Award is noted for the great support she provides students characterized by a deep understanding of gifted education and creativity, because she herself is highly creative. She practices what she teaches and utilizes her talents to support students in her classroom and district-wide. And one of her most recent creative endeavors was to illustrate a children's book called Papa's Pets that can also be purchased on Amazon. She is also noted for providing novel experiences for her students, like creating wizard wands from Harry Potter to competing on the stage at Destination Imagination Globals. She is also a leader. She serves on her school's leadership team, the district's standards review committee, the curriculum team, and serves on the Spark Summer GT Academy. This GT facilitator is a shining example of excellence in gifted education. Therefore, the first 2021 AGATE Educator Recognition Award goes to Gibbs International Studies Elementary School, Little Rock School District's Rhonda Adams. Bravo, Miss Adams, for a job well done. The next recipient of the 2021 AGATE Educator Recognition Award comes from Bradley County. Some of you are thinking, Bradley County? As you know, two things come from Bradley County: the Pink Tomato Festival and great educators. This gifted and talented coordinator was faced, like many of you, with how will we address the needs of our students during a global pandemic. This individual jumped at the chance to create a virtual gifted classroom that has served as a model for her educational cooperative. As noted in her recommendation, this individual has a shepherd's heart and works to provide students with food to take home over the weekends, or her volunteerism in teaching to students in Belize. Bringing as many positive experiences to her students as possible, this GT coordinator is a great advocate for all students. Therefore, the second AGATE Educator Recognition Award goes to Warren School District's GT coordinator, Justin Beth Woodard. Congratulations, Ms. Woodard. The AGATE Educator Recognition Award number 3's initial recommendation came from a parent. This parent wanted to make sure that this teacher should win an award because her son describes this educator as the most encouraging teacher I have ever had. And she also makes you feel confident and not afraid to fail, which makes you capable of doing more. From her peers, have you ever worked with someone that is always positive? This phenomenal teacher makes sure that all students have the resources she needs, even if it means buying it herself, even though she has a budget for a classroom. She thinks that everyone else is more deserving. When this teacher found out that she was being nominated for this award, she said, "No, please give it to someone more deserving. I don't do anything more than what all teachers should do. I give of myself and I don't need recognition." This individual volunteers for every event, serves on every committee, shares of her resources and curriculum. She also makes sure that every student gets exposure to as many things as possible, from chess, Quiz Bowl, Rube Goldberg, Minecraft, Shakespeare, Lego Olympics, and the Amazing Shake competition, just to name a few. This teacher is a role model. And I didn't even mention that she brought her own lawnmower to one of her schools just before parent-teacher conferences to ensure that the school looked presentable. It is my honor and privilege to present the third AGATE Educator Award to Shaw and Bayari Elementary Schools GT Facilitator from Springdale School District, Lisa Stark. Congratulations, Lisa. You do an amazing job. The fourth Educator Recognition Award goes to the Grant County Teacher of the Year. That is described as someone that parents adore, students love, and administrators appreciate. This 24-year educator with 11 years in gifted has empowered students at all levels to achieve more while becoming young people of honorable character. Her gentle demeanor, paired with her unmatched high expectations, make her unlike any other in her district. This GT facilitator models excellence to students and she requires nothing less in return. It's not just the pursuit of academic excellence that drives this educator with her students, but also their social emotional health. Above all, her students know she cares, and this makes her GT classroom a safe place, a refuge, and a starting point from which to soar. And do they soar? Students in this district are noted for competitiveness in destination imagination, quiz bowl, stock market game, spelling bees, and chess tournaments. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that the 4th AGATE Educator Recognition Award goes to Sheridan School District's GT Facilitator, Angie Walters. Congratulations, Ms. Walters. The 5th and final of the AGATE Educator Recognition Awards goes to a group of educators collectively. When COVID-19 closed schools last spring and options were given for the fall that students could opt for virtual or blended learning, this trio of educators volunteered to create virtual learning for their large district. These individuals, while still maintaining their own traditional in-class instruction, created curriculum for students to utilize using state-of-the-art techniques. This trio is worthy of this award in their own right in relation to their work with parental involvement, curriculum writing, and expertise in effective development. Creating resources for fellow teachers and parents to navigate with ease, and creating fun and exciting curriculum for students to enjoy during this unprecedented time in an educational setting makes you understand why this district refers to their program as the REACH program. If you reach for the stars, you just might find it. In this case, the REACH program found 3 shining stars. The 5th and final 2021 AGATE Educator Recognition Award goes to the Rogers School District's REACH GT facilitators, Cheryl Daniel, Lauren Ide, and Stephanie Farmer. Congratulations, Rogers teachers, and congratulations to Beth Carnes, the GT director. Wonderful team you have there. Congratulations. Our next award is the Youth Challenger Award. The purpose of this award is to honor and recognize a student in grades K through 12 who risked taking an unusual, creative, different, or innovative step in a direction most people would not think to consider. The 2021 Youth Challenger Award goes to a gifted student from Hot Springs High School who helped cancer patients better understand their diagnosis by making 3D prints of their tumor. But in the process, she and a classmate helped their East teacher catch his own cancer diagnosis early on. We're going to watch a clip from KATV now. Destin?
Whoops. Here we go.
We have new developments to a story that we ran a year ago. 2 high school students in Hot Springs were the first in the state to print a 3D replica of a brain tumor. Our Stephanie Bennett joins us now. Stephanie?
Well, Beth, those students now turning their focus to their own teacher. Ella Pace and Madeline Scott printing a 3D tumor for their very own teacher, John Stokes. He was recently diagnosed with cancer, and he thanks the girls for noticing something was wrong.
Here in Hot Springs.
It was back in November. Madeline Scott noticed a mass on John Stokes' neck.
I just recommended that he should look into it, that it might be more than just a swollen lymph node because of all of the procedures that we have seen.
We could split.
Undoubtedly, Scott and her classmate Ella Pace have a lot more technological and medical understanding than most teens. The girls dedicating themselves to the East program at Hot Springs World Class High School. Thanks to their knowledge, Stokes believes it would have been much longer until he'd known he had cancer.
I can say without a shadow of a doubt that the learning that took place on their initial first project probably had a very significant role in my prognosis and eventually my cure.
Just like previous cancer patients the girls have helped, they're now helping Stokes grasp what's going on inside his body.
Just this one, but what
I
else?
usually don't get to see the back end of what it is that the students are interacting with us. But this is firsthand. I get to see it, I get to live it, and I get to beat it.
Madeline and Ella say it's all about cancer patients feeling empowered when holding an exact replica of their tumor. And with Stokes, it's no different.
Mr. Stokes is really, he's the father figure in a lot of people's lives. You know, we go home and we see our actual dads, and then we come here and we see our East dad.
Well, he sure is. And the girls have gotten so good at printing 3D replicas over the course of the last year, they've even turned it into a business, Emmy, which stands for Ella and Madeline Medical Innovations.
Tim, I think you muted yourself.
Sorry.
Hey.
Ella Pate clearly has a vision. Her vision is to assist patients' understanding of medical science in the area of neuroscience. This student saw a need for patients to be able to see a 3D version of a tumor to assist doctors in explaining medical issues. Visual learners need to be able to see what the doctor is talking about to fully understand. This is a challenging task for this gifted student because first you need to be able to get permission to access medical information for the patients. Next, you need to have the medical professionals' willingness to work with you on the task. And third, you need to be able to transfer the medical data, in this case, the MRI, into a program that could convert to a 3D model. Through trial and error, this was achieved. This amazing individual has set the standard high for all students to follow. The 2021 AGATE Youth Challenger Award goes to Hot Springs world-class high school student, Ella Pace. Great job. The state of Arkansas and AGATE are very proud of the outstanding work that you have done. Bravo.
And Ella inspires all of us. This is why we become GT teachers, and we want to do all these fun and engaging activities, but they inspire us and they encourage all of us to be better at our job. And we would like to give a quick update on a couple of our past Youth Challenger winners. We had Ruby Kate Chisney recognized last year as our Youth Challenger winner, and she was recently named in People's Magazines as one of the girls nationally changing the world for 2020. And I think that's a huge accomplishment that we need to go back and celebrate her and her accomplishments for her work with the nursing home residents in the Harrison, Arkansas area. And then we also had our 2019 Youth Challenger winner, Stacy Lopez, recently featured for continuing during the COVID pandemic, helping create 3D ear savers for frontline responders. So we had a video submitted that we'd like to share with that as well.
Students at an elementary school were able to give back to area frontline workers this morning. A group of students from Parson Hills Elementary in Springdale More local news tonight. Students at an elementary school were able to give back to area frontline workers this morning. A group of students from Parson Hills Elementary in Springdale gifted 100 ear savers to representatives from Mercy Hospital today. The ear savers are a 3D printed device that are designed to hold a mask in place without those straps rubbing against your ears all day. Stacy Lopez is a high school student who helped organize the project, and she says it may help more than just frontline workers.
I'm super excited. This is just an amazing project because it has so many layers and it has a huge impact. It's helping the students that are working on it, and it's also helping the healthcare workers, and we're looking to get it out to the educators in the district as well.
What a great idea. I need one for my nose, too. That's where it bugs me. Well, Mercy Hospital says this is a wonderful way to see students utilize technology to solve a real-world issue and get.
So we're very proud of Stacy Lopez and Ruby Kate Chisney and Ella Pace for their contributions for not only the classroom and their local school district, but the community at large. And I think that's a very important part that we need to continue to highlight, because AGATE we are Arkansans for gifted and talented education. And if our focus is students and the youth of Arkansas, we always need to be highlighting and promoting the successes of our students. So congratulations to Ella Pace and all of our other GT students throughout Arkansas.
Our next award is the AGATE Challenger Award. The purpose of this award is to honor and recognize a person or persons who risk taking an unusual, creative, different, or innovative step in a direction most people would probably not think to consider. I can think of no better nominee for the 2021 AGATE Challenger Award than every single gifted and talented educator in the state of Arkansas for all of their innovation, perseverance, and commitment to pivoting GT courses successfully this school year. From on-site to online learning for our students. Last spring, 2020 hit our schools hard. It's students, parents, and teachers. Anyway, last spring, 2020 hit our schools, its students, parents, and teachers very hard. But every gifted and talented educator in Arkansas rose up to the challenge and persevered. We've seen your amazing work seeking ways to develop students' gifts and talents virtually while focusing special attention on the social and emotional needs of students, both on-site and online. From finding online contests and competitions to developing new and engaging curriculum. All of Arkansas's GT educators truly deserve this award for taking steps in new directions previously thought unimaginable. You have persevered through stressful heartaches and personal sacrifice during and after school hours. You've maintained the minimum standard requirements while exploring new ways to provide program services. You've partnered with families and local community members to provide mentorships and job shadowing opportunities. You've shared AGATE webinars and resources, assisted administrators in their district needs to pivot while always keeping in mind the needs of gifted and talented youth in Arkansas. So on behalf of AGATE, please watch this tribute video created in your honor, highlighting how GT educators across the state showed students how to rise up. Enjoy.
It's saying it's paused. I don't know why it's paused. There we go. Can you see it, Tim? All right.
School buildings will remain closed to students as education remains virtual for the rest of the school year. Education Secretary Johnny Key made that announcement this afternoon, just minutes after Governor Asa Hutchinson emphasized that these containment measures appear to be working in Arkansas. Our numbers remain lower than projected. And though there are more people out there spreading
down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round. And you
It says it's muted. Let me see if I can fix it again. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. Let's see if that works better.
School buildings will remain closed to students as education remains virtual for the rest of the school year.
There we go.
Education Secretary Johnny Key made that announcement this afternoon, just minutes after Governor Asa Hutchinson emphasized that these containment measures appear to be working in Arkansas. Our numbers remain lower than projected. And though there are more people out there spreading
down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round. And you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet. Move, mountains, bring it to its feet. Move, mountains, and I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. That we have each other, and for that we have each other, and we will rise, we will rise, we will rise, oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
This truly has been one of those difficult years. So thank you to all GT educators and students for persevering this school year.
Our next award is the Parent Community Recognition Award. This award is intended for either a parent or community member who has demonstrated support to AGATE and the development of gifted students in Arkansas. When I think of the perfect, supportive, and always there for you parent, I think of Springdale parent, Daylin Paul. When I think of the parent that serves on every committee, serves as the PTA president at every building her children attends or have attended, I think of Daylin Paul. She serves on the GT Advisory Committee and is always an advocate for students in all buildings. Daylin Paul is the parent that volunteers to serve as a Quiz Bowl coach, chess volunteer, or the person willing to spend a day judging at a debate competition, or the person driving the car to the Rubik's Cube competition, or helps build sets for the Shakespeare Festival. Daylin Paul is an individual who is always present, always supportive, and never fails to thank you for teaching her children. Of course, her love for GT goes much deeper. Daylin Paul's mother, Helen Randall, taught in the Huntsville School District as a GT teacher. From Huntsville, she moved to the Northwest Arkansas Educational Cooperative as a GT specialist before retiring. Having a mother that taught for 40 years and having taught gifted education for most of the time, not to mention that at one point in her mother's life, she was a nun. This helps create the perfect advocate for gifted education. Therefore, the 2021 AGATE Parent Community Recognition Award goes to Daylin Paul from Springdale. Thank you, Mrs. Paul, for all the wonderful things that you do for our children. Our next award is the Martha Ann Jones Norton Service Award. The purpose of this award is to honor and recognize a member of AGATE for outstanding service, dedication, commitment, inspiring, leader, volunteer, advocate, fearless, compassionate, caring, talented, and funny are all the words that you might mention when talking about this person. Having the ability to step up to the plate and actually get things done. Volunteering, and volunteering because you are a servant, not because you want to be part of a committee, because it might look good on a resume. Never wanting any sort of accolades for your work, but rather relishing in the success of others. When you think about an individual that is always present and always working to make sure that gifted students are being advocated for in her district or across the state, always serving to create educational practices for teachers and school districts, and serving as an advocate for AGATE at the legislative level, there's only one person that should come to mind. Having taught in the Swifton, Bradford, and Newport School District as a music teacher, a GT coordinator, principal, and director of special programs. That includes AP coordinator, AGATE affiliate liaison, homeschooling liaison, homeless liaison, ESL coordinator, migrant coordinator, CTE coordinator, and includes all the many hours of grant writing, just to name a few. And not to mention that she is the spouse to Judge Harold Irwin. Without further ado, the prestigious Martha Ann Jones Norton Service Award goes to Newport's GT Director, Ronnie K. Irwin. Amazing individual that I love calling my friend. Congratulations on your award. Bravo, Ronnie K. Irwin, the 2021 AGATE Martha Ann Jones Norton Service Award.
Thank you, Ronnie K.
Our next award is the Award of Excellence. The Award of Excellence is our most prestigious award given out annually from the awards committee. The purpose of this award is to recognize any person promoting excellence in education, particularly as it relates to gifted and talented youth in Arkansas. This year's award goes to Patricia Hesse. Patricia Hesse has been teaching 49 years, with 32 since 1988 of those years in gifted and talented education. She served as the gifted and talented GT coordinator for the Wiener School District and the GT facilitator for the Harrisburg School District. State and nationally, she has won numerous awards because she is a natural leader and a world-class educator. Her impact on students is countless. You can ask nearly any of her current and former students, and they would say Mrs. Hesse is one of their favorite and most inspirational teachers they've ever had. AGATE newsletter chair and Jonesboro GT facilitator, Haley Jones, wrote in the winter 2020 newsletter how she first met Miss Hesse in her first grade as her classroom teacher and stayed with her all the way through graduation. She still remembers the moment Patricia called her house to say how she was placed into the GT program and exposed her to things she would never have experienced by opening up her eyes to the world. She shares her wisdom about instruction and developing student learning with other teachers by presenting professional development sessions at her local Crowley's Ridge Educational Service Cooperative, as well as numerous other settings. She's presented at AGATE conferences multiple times and highlighted one of our most popular webinars, Tips on Teaching Gifted Virtually, this past September. Patricia has been instrumental in taking the Wiener GT program and creating an Arkansas School of Innovation that has become an exemplary and model program in Arkansas. She has produced many plays and musicals, including A Midsummer Night's Dream, Annie, Alice in Wonderland, Bye Bye Birdie, and even 2 Holocaust-related productions. Always going the extra mile for her students. Once she had a student wheelchair-bound who wished she could dance. Patricia researched options and contacted a person in New York who teaches dancing to people in wheelchairs. The wheelchair dance instructor flew to Memphis to meet with Patricia's students. They learned a beautiful dance that they performed in one of the plays. She, being gifted and talented herself, has created tremendous curriculum opportunities that she unselfishly shares with anyone who seeks help. She is a longtime AGATE contributor, having previously won the Martha Ann Jones Norton Service Award in 2013 and the Challenger Award in 1996. Patricia Hesse is truly a gifted individual and deserves the Award of Excellence for stimulating such positive growth in nearly everyone who comes into contact with her. I would like to introduce Ms. Patricia Hesse.
It's your show, Patricia.
All right, I'm ready for the show. I want to thank the AGATE Awards Selection Committee for this honor. Wow. Excellence in any endeavor at any age is dependent upon support. I've been fortunate to have administrators who allowed me to bite off more than I could chew, and I've had parents and teachers who helped make it happen. It's been a long time since the spring of 1988 when the school superintendent told me I was going to teach GT the following year. I balked at first, but she looked at me a tad sternly, saying, "This is what you need to do." She was right. My husband has said for years that I don't teach, I play, and I agree with that. Several years ago, one GT student at the end of his senior year told me, "Miss Hesse, we have had such a good time with you all these years. We've done things we never knew we wanted to do until we did them. And you let us say things and talk about things we could never have said or talked about in another room." Then he paused grinning and he said, "But I want you to know you are one person I'd never want to cross." I laughed and he laughed too. I think that was also the same year that an 8th grader gave me a personalized license plate that said the Hessenator. It's still on my classroom door and the name stuck. Even the teachers call me that sometimes, and I really don't know why. This past year, during one remote GT class, my students, including me, balanced a Kleenex on our head through the entire remote session for no reason at all. Another time, I made an unexpected siren sound in the middle of a session, and I gave the kids a series of 5 silly things to do in precise order that got them up, moving, and laughing, and they loved it. They loved it so much that it actually became part of most of the remote sessions that we did. Laughter was like gold this past year, wasn't it? I believe there's nothing more important in the gifted classroom than forming relationships. Several years ago, I had a twice exceptional student who, as a 1st grader, appeared unable to read until I handed her the script of The Lion King, and she didn't miss a word. When she was in high school, I was occasionally called when there was a problem with this student. One morning, the building principal called and asked me to talk to her. It seems she was refusing to write a paper. I called her out into the hall and said 3 words that have always worked extremely well for me. Talk to me. It seems her teacher was angry because she only wrote one sentence and laid her pencil down. I asked her, I said, well, what were you supposed to write about? She said, Miss Hesse, the prompt said, what would you do if you saw a plant with boots walking across your backyard? I wrote that I would call a botanist. I looked at her and I grinned and I told her, I think that's all you needed to write. And I'll end that story there, but I will tell you this, it is helpful to be the Hessenator from time to time. I would never say this year has been a blessing. Like all of you, I know too many who died from this virus. However, this year did show us we are all more capable of anything that we ever imagined. In gifted education, we're always looking for those students who display potential for giftedness. Teaching as long as I have, I know as you do that potential can often be hidden, waiting for the right conditions to be revealed. This year, we learned as gifted educators, our own potential had also been somewhat hidden. COVID required us to develop technology skills we'd never used before. It forced us to modify our curriculum in ways we never foresaw. Yet, we became friends with what we could not do. The hidden potential of our education cooperative GT specialists and our AGATE board was also revealed this year. Who would have believed a year ago that the AGATE conference would be virtual? Now, if Dustin Seaton ever leaves gifted education, it will be because of his vast experience as a media host for AGATE. Rumor has it that Dustin is replacing Chris Harrison as the new host of The Bachelor. And if that ever happens, I may actually start watching the show. At the very beginning of the pandemic, a little over a year ago, I began screenshotting political cartoons and images of the pandemic from around the world as it unfolded. I did this for several months, thinking at the time that this would be something to look back on. A few days ago, I looked at those early screenshots, faces of so much suffering, yet so much caring. In many ways, this year found us remembering and feeling the vulnerability our students feel every day. Together, each of us and all of us discovered the hidden potential within ourselves that was revealed because of this year. I am proud of what I think was the most important thing we did. We brought a human touch to teaching in a world that for a time was void of a teacher with skin on. And we did it in a way that made technology more personal. I want to thank you for this award. And I want you to know that the thing that I think we can all be so proud of is that we honored our GT students this year. And we did it in a way that brought them joy. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Patricia. Don't leave just yet because we have a special announcement from State Representative Dwight Tosh, who made a video that wanted us to share with you. So just a second, let me get it ready. All right, here we go. I thought it was ready. Let me try to get
Hi.
Here we go.
I'm Representative Dwight Tosh, and what a great honor this is for me today. I've known Miss Hesse and her family for many years, and I consider them dear friends. So that makes this special occasion and the honor even greater. You would think my comments here today would come easy, but that's not the case. Because how do you find the words to congratulate the best of the best? I consider her as my dear friend. She is a passionate and committed teacher. Miss Hesse sets high expectations for her students. She is an awesome teacher, and it is my honor, my truly great honor, to present this citation on behalf of the 93rd General Assembly. And let me read it at this time. This citation, and I'll present this to you when I have the opportunity, I promise. But let me read it for you here today at this special time. Citation, Patricia Hesse. Whereas Arkansas is blessed with outstanding educators who devote themselves to providing the highest quality of education for Arkansas students. And whereas Mrs. Patricia Hesse, who has committed herself to instructing and sharpening the minds of students as a teacher of gifted and talented education for Weiner Public Schools, is to be commended for receiving the Arkansas for Gifted and Talented Education Challenger Award. And whereas Ms. Hesse uses her knowledge and vast experience to create new and engaging projects for her students, she merits recognition for the contribution students achieve and striving to be a positive influence on so many young lives. And whereas over the years, her students have benefited from being part of numerous musical productions, including Bye Bye Birdie, which I had the honor of seeing, and Annie, which I also saw, and Alice in Wonderland. They have also experienced more serious topics through participation in dramatic productions focused on the Holocaust events. The Harrisburg School District, the Weiner Elementary, and the Weiner community have provided wonderful support for her annual productions, which are often attended by 1,000 or more students from area schools. And whereas the House of Representatives of the 93rd General Assembly of the state of Arkansas takes great pride in recognizing Ms. Patricia Hesse for this wonderful recognition and wishes her well. Now therefore, pursuant to the motion of Representative Dwight Tosh, the Arkansas House of Representatives directs that this citation be presented on this 25th day of February, 2021, and it is signed by the Speaker of the House. Congratulations, my friend.
I don't know that I've ever been speechless. That's not been a problem of mine, but I know that I am just about now. Wow, wonderful. Thank you.
I could say it's hard to get members of both sides of the aisle to agree on anything, but it was unanimous, Patricia. Thank you very much and congratulations. And it is my personal privilege as president, because I know the awards committee gets to choose all of the award winners that you saw previously, but as president, the president gets to award and recognize a person or organization or institution who has been a powerful influence in gifted education across the state. So it is my privilege as president to announce the 2021 AGATE Presidential Award is given this year to Dr. Ann Robinson and the Jody Mahoney Center for Gifted Education at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. The Mahoney Center is one of only 25 gifted centers nationwide, and it is recognized nationally for its research, grants, professional development, STEM education initiatives, and leadership. Dr. Ann Robinson and Dr. Christine Dietz have both served as president of AGATE, our organization, and continue to play important roles in our organization and the national organization, NAGC. But as a point of pride, Dr. Robinson first introduced me into gifted education when I was enrolled in her Saturday statistics course at UA Little Rock in the spring of 2007. It was there I first learned about the importance of identification and program services for gifted students, as well as when I met many other impressive gifted educators in the state, such as Crystal Nail at ADE and Laura McNulty at Pine Bluff. Dr. Dietz also at the Mahoney Center has helped me, and I'm following her footsteps as she is the immediate past president of AGATE. but she helped me personally obtain my national board certification in 2011. And I'll be forever indebted and grateful for both Dr. Robinson and Dr. Dietz' leadership and inspiration and contributions. So if you haven't done so yet, I encourage you to reach out for Dr. Dietz for guidance for national board certification, Dr. Robinson at UA Little Rock. 2021 also marks the 20th anniversary of the center's founding. And interestingly, the very first recipient of the AGATE Presidential Award went to none other than State Representative Jody Mahoney himself in 2004. Needless to say, Dr. Ann Robinson and the Mahoney Center staff have educated many of the GT educators and leaders across the state who continue to have a lasting impact in gifted education and talented education in Arkansas. So please join me in congratulating Dr. Ann Robinson and the Jody Mahoney Center for Gifted and Talented Education as the 2021 Presidential Award winner.
Thank you, Dustin. Those are absolutely humbling words. And I apologize for that Saturday stat class, but you just blossomed there. I knew when I encountered you that you would have a future full of possibility, of dedication, and a belief that things can always be improved for children, families, and schools. And if I do say so, I'm delighted to congratulate myself this evening for having spotted the absolutely stunningly obvious, Dustin. You're an inspired leader. So thank you so much. AGATE colleagues and friends and members of the Mahoney family, it's a pleasure to accept the 2021 AGATE Presidential Award on behalf of the Jody Mahoney Center for Gifted Education at UA Little Rock. Tonight, the center team is here, and I want to call them out, each one. They make the center work through their talent and their dedication. I used to say that it was an absolute pleasure to get up and then go to the center in the morning to see them. This year, I've modified that to say it's an absolute pleasure to get up in the morning and head to a Zoom or a Google Meet or a conference call or some other remote ability to connect. But I want to call out each one. So if you look beneath the pink flowers there, you will see Dr. Christine Dietz. She's the Associate Director of the Center. And as Dustin said, the immediate past president of AGATE. She's a fountain of creativity. Those of you who've worked with her know that, and of enthusiasm. And below that, you'll see Christy Kidd, our STEM guru, who's pictured here in her element, the great outdoors. Move over to the second row and you see at the top Deborah Cook, the Assistant Director of our AP Summer Institutes, who manages the center with an eagle eye for detail and with such grace. And below Deborah is bouncy Becky Rogers, who's devoted herself to pre-AP and AP teachers for at least 40 years, I'm sure of it, and through her service to College Board into the center. There's Yvonne Hare, the newest member of our center team. It is her voice you'll hear when you call the center, and she's the one who will get you the answer to your email inquiry. We're so happy to have her. Third row over, you know these folks, but I still need to call them all out. You'll see Kayla Moreno Mugabe and Merve Topak Jamsran. They are our wonderful doctoral students who are critical to the mission of the center. And on the bottom of that row, you see Dr. Monica Meadows. I'm proud to say she is an alum of UA Little Rock. She is our program evaluator and data honcho and AGATE's parent affiliate director. Below Mr. Mahoney's photo is Mandy Ware, who was one of the first educators I met when I arrived in Arkansas 35 years ago, which is amazing to me. She was busy making Summer Laureate a lively place to be. And they're also very wonderful. It's such a pleasure to know that President Dustin and AGATE are recognizing their work. Thank you so much, because indeed, this is a very special event for us. Several members of the Mahoney family are with us this evening, and although many of them are lifelong Arkansans, we have family from across the country here, from El Dorado to Little Rock to Santa Fe, and we're honored to have them with us. Thank you for joining us. I want to talk a moment about the center. I will make my remarks brief, but I just simply must say something. The story behind this center is it's like any good story. It has more than one plot line, but certainly one of the main characters is Mr. Mahoney himself. And for those of you who did not have the opportunity to meet him or to work with him, several of you have, but many of you have not. He was a highly effective state legislator for 36 years, and by any measure, one of the most productive in the nation. As early as the 1970s, that's way before many of you were born, he was elbow deep in developing legislation that enjoined schools to cultivate and develop the talents of its young people. He was a visionary. Well, he was funny and he was witty too, and his family must know that only too well. But I'm going to focus on the visionary aspects of it tonight. One of his touchstones was that one, and by one, he meant all of us, ought to do right by children by giving them the opportunity, academic challenge, and innovative education they need. I worked with then UA Little Rock Chancellor Charles Hathaway to establish the center in 2001 through a federal grant. It'd been preceded by great educators, Summer Laureate, the brainchild of Martha Gaunt-Bass and Marcia Ambo, the Gifted Programs Office, which was established by Emily Stewart. But when you pull a center together, it comes together in a piece. And as it began to take shape, I knew it just must carry Mr. Mahoney's name. So I called him up on the phone, which is not something I did often, and told him, I didn't really ask him, frankly. I told him what I intended to do, and his response was purely Jody. He said, well, Anne, if you can live with that, I guess I can. Just let me check with my family, and I'll let you know. Well, he did. And apparently, thank you, Mahoney family members, you approved, because I received a letter and a thumbs up on his formal letterhead from his law office. And he gave me his preferred name for the center and the go-ahead. So we've been going ahead with a great team, exciting projects, and a supportive university leadership. But tonight, it's just simply lovely to stop and smell the roses. And you can see some behind me here, or at least I hope you can. They're from my husband, Tom, and you can also see the beautiful AGATE Presidential Award. And I just will say in closing that it could not be more perfect a choice for us. The Mahoney Center reception area has windows that sort of sparkle with the sun in the afternoons, and we've made the most of that by having a shelf where we can place sparkly objects. One of those things is a picture of Jody, and now what we have to add to that shelf is this lovely lucite, transparent, sparkly, beautiful award, and it will just be fun to see the sun come through that, and so much fun to have it. So thank you, Dustin, and thank you, Agate. Thank you to my bosses at UA Little Rock. Love, gratitude, and appreciation to the Mahoney Center team, who are the best in the world. And most certainly thank you to the Mahoney family, whose presence here tonight and whose interest in the work at the center and in gifted education at large is a sterling example of how much difference one person can make in the world. Back to you, Dustin. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ed. And thank you to all of your staff at the Mahoney Center, because you really have, as you can see in the chat, inspired and truly made an impact in gifted education in Arkansas. So thank you all. And I'd like to, as any award shows, we know it always goes late because we really want to give our award winners time to truly feel honored and recognized. But also I like the fact that we have award winners from all across Arkansas. And this map highlights that these are just the ones from the awards show that you've seen already. It is truly Arkansans for gifted and talented education. I think we also should highlight the fact that we have our scholarship recipients. AGATE does something very unique in that we give 5 up to $1,000 scholarships to our members. And here are the 2021 or 2020-2021 AGATE scholarship recipients: Countess Cyrus, Ginger Willis, Krista Hinton, Mia Ralston, and Sarah Willis. So congratulations to them and their continuing education. and another map to show you. They're all across the state as well. So it's something we're very proud of. But our emeritus chair also would like us to make sure that we spend some time to recognize our retiring GT educators, those that have put in countless hours and years of service to our educators and to our students across the state. So I think it's important that we recognize Janet Calloway at Lake Hamilton School District, Robin Moore at the Lincoln School District, Kathy Hall at the Springdale School District, Dr. Ann Webb, the North Central Co-op, Kim Drake at the Greene County Tech School District, Debbie Capps in the Little Rock School District, Sharon Henderson in the Dermont School District, and Jean Patoka at the Dumas School District. So congratulations to all of you and happy retirement. And Barbara Pritchard wanted to make sure to say, don't forget to join the AGATE Emeritus group, because we love to have our retiring educators continuing to play a role, because it's not just an active educator organization. We are the Arkansans for Gifted and Talented Education. So happy retirement to all those that are retiring. And I'm sure we may have some out there that are retiring that didn't want to be recognized, but we truly appreciate all of the years of service for our GT educators. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Regina Bates, our AGATE elections chair, to make the announcements of the recent AGATE election results.
Hello, I'm Regina Bates. I'm the AGATE elections chair, and I'm going to basically announce our election winners. So let me go to the ballot. There it is. Okay, so the election results for District 2 Director, the winner of that election was Marcia Smith. District 4 Director, the winner of that election was Stephanie Hollis. Congratulations. The affiliate director is Dr. Monica Meadows. And the two positions in the nomination committee are, I hope I don't say that your last names wrong. I apologize if I do. Jennifer Maligan and yes?
Yeah, Jennifer Malugin.
Malugin, thank you. And Krista Hinton.
Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations. Welcome to the board. Or for those that were reappointed or reelected, congratulations again. All right, thank you so much, Regina. I'm gonna call Monica back to the stage because we have our second bingo prize drawing on the Wheel of Names. All right, are you ready for this, Monica?
I think so.
Look at that 100 number list. Oh, number 57. Who's our lucky 57th teacher that gets a $100 Amazon gift card?
Okay, it looks like number 57 is Renee Bordowski. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry, Renee, but from Siloam Springs.
All right, Renee. Woo, $100 coming your way. Thank you very much, Monica. I want to congratulate all of our winners tonight. Those not just that did the bingo cards and won a $100 gift card, but especially our award winners, Educator Recognition, the Martha and Jones, the Award of Excellence, and our Presidential Award winner. Please check out our website, giftedarkansas.org. We would love and encourage you to consider nominating a colleague or a friend. We hope to be back next year in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers, Arkansas, at the Embassy Suites. I put the picture of the Topgolf down there because there's a Topgolf next to the Embassy Suites. And so we're really excited about having, hopefully, fingers crossed, our AGATE 2022 conference on February 24th through the 26th. So please mark your calendars. And as always, the 2021 awards and scholarships nominations for the National Association for Gifted Children are due. I think they just extended it to March 17th. So if you are interested in nominating a friend, a colleague, or a coworker, feel free to jump on the NAGC website and do that nominations as well. So with that being said, I'm proud to officially end. I apologize for going long, but we had so many award winners and we want to make sure we got and honored and recognized them all. So please join us with our own trivia master, Jake Allen. Good night, everybody.